Alright, welcome back. Today we are actually not going to work on the 325IS or the M3 or the E30. All of those cars will see some attention soon, but I've been meaning to do something to my daily driver for the whole time I've had it. So of course that means we'll be working on the LB7 Duramax. I feel like this truck has passed the 4-month test for me. Long story short, I had the truck up on Facebook for quite a while until someone was ready to give me my asking price, and even when somebody was ready to give me that amount of money, I just couldn't get myself to sell it. So I figure let's put a little bit of money into it and make it that much better. Let me show you what's up. And you see this? This is terrible. It's truly a shame to replace seats that are in just such great shape. I mean, dude, you have to understand, you have to have your arm on that armrest for years for that to happen. That's honestly impressive. I mean, who in their right mind would want to replace this, right? These things are sick. Alright, now that you've seen that they're completely they need to be replaced. I don't want to drive this truck anymore with these terrible seats. They have just been completely annihilated. So I had to do something about it. Instead of dropping literal thousands on getting them recovered, I thought I would source a used set. Alright, these are a little heavier than E36 seats. And yes, don't worry, I got 2 of them, they're just heavy, so I'm going to show you one. There you have it, ESCALADE seats for the Duramax. Quite possibly the coolest feature about these seats, the embroidered headrest. These seats are just gonna fit the overall vibe of the Duramax. They're a shade off. These are like the tan beige color. I called dismantlers. I've been searching on Facebook literally the 4 months that I have had the truck. That was the immediate thing I wanted to change. They're gonna be comfortable, they're affordable, way cheaper than really any other option. And this will be plug and play for my application. I will explain that and go into that when we swap them out. There's absolutely no way that I'm going to replace these seats without doing the truck the justice of shampooing and extracting 160,000 miles of not me. So Justin was kind enough to lend me his Bissell Spot Pro Clean. I've never used one of these, but we're going to figure it out. I hopped on the internet, spent $20. We'll see what that gets us. So for 20 bucks, I got a brush that I'm gonna just dedicate to using on carpet, and this odor neutralizing carpet and upholstery cleaner. And hopefully by the end of this video, we will have ESCALADE seats in a clean carpet truck. All right, first step, disconnect the battery. It's an 8mm. Actually, before you do that, go ahead and pull all your seat hardware out. Don't unplug them, but pull all the hardware out. That way, you can move the seat back and forth, because you're going to need to do that to access all 4 on either side. And then you can just unplug the battery once and for all when you're ready to unplug them. If you work on BMWs, this will be no stranger to you, but they are in fact e-torque, so make sure that you have a set of these before you dive into this project. Alright, that was not that bad. This truck came with a sound system. We got a box underneath the rear seats. It's got 2 12s. Amp is mounted back here as well. The truck came with a bass controller, but the wiring was really bad. I think it was just an afterthought. They probably just added it later on, so every other wire is tucked, which is great. But this is also the perfect opportunity to tuck the bass controller and probably mount it somewhere else. I am probably going to run it up through the center console and into the center console and just drill some self-tappers in there and hide it away, or just use some 3M tape. So I'll deal with this when we're all said and done, but it is now time to vacuum this thing because it is filthy. I just realized I left all of my gloves at the new shop, so we're gonna raw dog this money collection. All right, this the keep pile. We up like $2. Let's get to vacuuming. Alright, so the carpets are actually not too incredibly stained. However, you can tell, especially on the driver's side, how much this thing was smoked in. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the Griot's carpet and upholstery cleaner. We're gonna go ahead and give this a rip. I'm going to agitate it with this thing, and we'll just make a couple passes. We'll kind of section it off so we can see the difference. It's really not too bad again on this side, but that side the lighting is kind of how you doing. So I'm gonna get it on camera over here, and then I'll mirror the other side. Alright, so we are looking pretty good. It's a little darker on this side. I went crazy with the water over here. Try not to oversaturate it too much, but as far as underneath the seat, this looks pretty dang good to me. Of course, it's not perfect. Carpet is over 20 years old at this point, so we'll see. I might do another pass. But I went ahead, cleaned all of this stuff up. Not a bunch of grime and nasty shit there, so gonna go ahead and continue, and then we'll be ready to mount the seats. You can see that water is filthy. This is from one side. Cheers. Driver's side was certainly worse, especially in this area. I do think I got it pretty good. There's a few stains that are here to stay that I really just don't think the extractor is going to pull. However, it does not reek anymore, which is great news. So I'm going to start with the passenger side. We'll see if it hooks up. Fingers crossed. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm not sure. Here's number one. Oh, shit. Alright, place your bets. Are these going to be plug and play? Will we have heated seats? I honestly have no idea. So you can see we are plugged in. It did plug right in. So interestingly, of course, the original seats in this truck had airbags, and these have airbags. But on the Escalade, there are airbags on the side. So I hope we don't get a light from that. I doubt the harness is smart enough to communicate with this truck that the side airbags aren't connected, because I don't think that this was connected, like that this truck had side airbags. I think this came on later, and there's an entirely separate lead for it. So my hope is that we're just gonna leave that unplugged and we won't have to deal with the light at all. I know these trucks vary a lot. It's kind of like E36s, like there's just minuscule differences, although they all look the same, and all 99 to 07 seats will bolt up the same. There are very small differences that might make it inconvenient. But so far so good. They are plug and play. So I'm gonna bolt these down, and then we'll see what happens. We'll see if they work. Here goes nothing. Let's see what happens. All right, we do have power. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now in a Cadillac. Truthfully, I don't know if these are more comfortable than the seats that came out of this truck, but they sure as hell feel like it. All of the functions work, even the heated seats.
Blue Louis V bucket, my chain too big to tuck it. My blunt's the size of Bigot, spinning paper like I'm Puffy.
Alright, give you guys a quick sneak peek of the shop. There it is. Alright, let's go talk about the truck. So these seats actually are plug and play. To my surprise, I had no idea. It was kind of like asked in the Facebook group. Some people said it was, some people said it wasn't. So if you are doing this swap, you do need Escalade seats from that 03 and up generation, because they do switch from like that chunky version of the Escalade seats, if you know what I'm talking about, like before GM kind of like updated their whole interior. So it is plug and play. I actually haven't confirmed if the heated seats work. I'm gonna do that real fast. But all the adjustments work, and I don't think it clashes with the interior too much. I think especially because this truck is like the pewter color, it goes pretty good. And then even in the sunlight, like you kind of can't tell. I mean, you can of course, but it's really not that off. Regardless, Escalade seats, that's a cool upgrade. But that's basically it. I don't do a lot to this truck, but when I do, I'll try and continue making content on it. So hopefully you're enjoying the LB7 stuff. I am gonna get back to some E36 stuff rather soon. So yeah, with that all being said, I will see you in the next one. Peace.